Taare Zameen Par, English, Like Stars on Earth, is a 2007 Indian Hindi language drama film directed by Aamir Khan, produced by Aamir Khan Productions, and written by Amoli Gupta. The film tells the story of a young boy, Ishaan Awasthi, who struggles with dyslexia and the impact that this learning disability has on his education and family life. The film explores themes of individuality, creativity, childhood struggles, and the role of education in shaping a child's future. Below is a detailed summary of the movie. Summary of Taare Zameen Par. Introduction: The world through Ishaan's eyes. The movie begins by introducing 8-year-old Ishaan Awasthi, played by Darshil Safari, a dreamer with a wild imagination. Ishaan lives in Mumbai with his parents and older brother, Yohan. He is a curious child, fascinated by the world around him, but struggles academically, particularly with reading and writing. His mind often wanders, and he enjoys observing small things, like the way fish swim or how water flows, rather than paying attention to schoolwork. In contrast, his brother Yohan is an academically successful and disciplined student, excelling in everything Ishaan fails at. Ishaan's father, Nankishore Awasthi, played by Vipin Sharma, is a strict disciplinarian who expects both his sons to succeed academically and become high achievers. Ishaan's mother, Maya Awasthi, played by Tiska Chopra, is more understanding but still expects Ishaan to conform to societal norms of achievement. Ishaan's lack of focus and poor performance in school begin to worry his teachers and parents. He is unable to grasp basic reading and writing skills, often reversing letters or struggling with simple spelling. His teachers view him as lazy and inattentive, labeling him as a troublemaker. They punish him, not realizing that Ishaan is not being defiant but is suffering from an undiagnosed learning disability, dyslexia. The turning point: boarding school. After one particularly bad report card and a series of complaints from his teachers, Ishaan's father loses his patience. He believes that Ishaan's behavior and lack of progress are due to laziness and a lack of discipline. In an attempt to reform, Ishaan, Nankishore decides to send him to a boarding school, believing that the strict environment will force him to improve. Ishaan is heartbroken by this decision. He feels abandoned and misunderstood by his family. The idea of leaving his home and everything familiar terrifies him, but his pleas are ignored. His father drops him off at the boarding school, a cold and impersonal institution where students are expected to follow rigid rules and excel academically. At the boarding school, Ishaan's situation worsens. He becomes withdrawn, lonely, and despondent. He struggles even more with his studies, and the pressure to perform only exacerbates his difficulties. His teachers continue to scold and humiliate him, labeling him as incompetent and lazy. Ishaan's self-esteem plummets, and he begins to lose interest in everything he once loved, including painting, which had been his passion and escape. The introduction of Ram Shankar Nikum. Just as Ishaan seems to be spiraling into despair, a new art teacher, Ram Shankar Nikum, played by Aamir Khan, joins the boarding school. Nikum is a compassionate and unconventional teacher who encourages his students to think creatively and express themselves through art. His teaching style contrasts sharply with the rigid, authoritarian methods employed by the other teachers at the school. Nikum quickly notices that Ishaan is different from the other students. While the other children engage in the class enthusiastically, Ishaan remains aloof and disengaged. Nikum observes that Ishaan is deeply unhappy and feels like an outsider. Intrigued, Nikum begins to investigate Ishaan's background and academic performance. He discovers that Ishaan is not defiant or lazy, but that he has severe difficulties with reading and writing, which are classic signs of dyslexia. Understanding dyslexia and its impact. Nikum recalls his own childhood struggles with dyslexia and immediately recognizes Ishaan's symptoms. He approaches Ishaan with kindness and patience, understanding the boy's feelings of frustration and helplessness. Instead of reprimanding him, Nikum helps Ishaan express his feelings through art, and Ishaan slowly starts to open up. Nikum takes it upon himself to speak with Ishaan's parents, particularly his father, about the condition. He explains that Ishaan is not unintelligent or lazy, but that he has a learning disability that makes it difficult for him to read and write. He shows the Awasthi family how common dyslexia is and that many famous personalities, including Leonardo da Vinci and Albert Einstein, had dyslexia but were able to excel once their unique ways of learning were understood. However, Ishaan's father initially reacts with disbelief and denial, refusing to accept that his son has a disability. He is more concerned with societal perceptions and the stigma associated with having a child who is not normal. Nikum gently counters these arguments, explaining that every child is unique and that Ishaan's creativity and imagination are gifts that should be nurtured, not suppressed. He encourages the family to support Ishaan rather than forcing him to fit into a rigid educational mold. The journey of healing and transformation. Back at school, Nikum begins working with Ishaan one-on-one, using innovative teaching methods tailored to Ishaan's needs. He teaches Ishaan to read and write through multisensory techniques, including clay modeling, painting, and storytelling. Slowly but steadily, Ishaan begins to overcome his fear of letters and numbers. Nikum's approach is transformative not only for Ishaan but also for the other students, who begin to view education as something that can be enjoyable and inspiring. Nikum emphasizes the importance of creativity and individuality, encouraging his students to pursue their passions and express themselves. As Ishaan starts to regain confidence, his love for art resurfaces. Nikum recognizes Ishaan's extraordinary artistic talent and organizes a painting competition for the entire school, inviting both students and teachers to participate. The event serves as a platform for Ishaan to showcase his skills and rebuild his self-esteem. On the day of the competition, Ishaan creates a stunning painting that leaves everyone in awe, including Nikum. His artwork reflects his deep inner world and his journey from isolation to self-expression. Ishaan's painting wins first prize, and he is publicly recognized for his talent. For the first time, he feels valued and appreciated for who he is, not just for his academic performance. Reconciliation and acceptance. The film culminates in a moment of reconciliation between Ishaan and his family. His parents, especially his father, begin to understand and accept that their son is different, but that his differences do not make him any less capable or valuable. They recognize the harm their high expectations and rigid approach have caused and resolve to support Ishaan's growth in a more compassionate and understanding way. Nikum's mentorship has a profound and lasting impact on Ishaan's life. With the support of his teacher and family, Ishaan begins to thrive both academically and personally. His transformation from a misunderstood and isolated child to a confident, creative individual serves as the heart of the film's message. Every child is special, and with the right guidance and encouragement, they can achieve their full potential. Themes and social commentary. Taare Zameen Par addresses several important themes related to childhood, education, and parenting. One of the central messages of the film is the importance of recognizing and nurturing individual talents rather than forcing children into a narrow definition of success based on academic achievement. The movie critiques the Indian educational system, which often emphasizes rote learning, conformity, and competition, at the expense of creativity and emotional well-being. The film also raises awareness about dyslexia and other learning disabilities, showing the struggles children with such conditions face when they are misunderstood or neglected. Through Nikum's character, the film advocates for a more empathetic and inclusive approach to education, one that values creativity and individuality. In addition to its educational message, Taare Zameen Par explores the emotional and psychological impact of parental expectations. Ishaan's father represents the common societal pressure for children to excel in academics, regardless of their unique strengths or challenges. The film highlights the importance of unconditional love and support from parents, showing how excessive pressure can damage a child's self-esteem and emotional development. Conclusion: A Star on Earth. Taare Zameen Par concludes with a heartwarming and uplifting message. Ishaan, once seen as a failure, emerges as a shining star, thanks to the understanding and guidance of a compassionate teacher. The film leaves viewers with a sense of hope and a reminder that every child has their own unique path to success. The final scene shows Ishaan returning to his parents for summer vacation, no longer the timid and insecure boy he once was. As he runs to hug Nikum goodbye, the bond between teacher and student is evident, and the film closes on a hopeful note, emphasizing that with love, patience, and the right support, even the most troubled children can flourish. In conclusion, Taare Zameen Par is a powerful film that sheds light on the importance of nurturing individuality in children, the challenges of learning disabilities, and the need for empathy in education and parenting. Its portrayal of childhood struggles, combined with a strong social message, has resonated with audiences worldwide, making it a timeless and deeply impactful film in Indian cinema.